Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this morning. Happy Monday. So we have a very fresh start. No? So thank you for being here this morning. Si Sir Christian, kasama naman natin ngayon. Si Ma'am Grace Estrella. No, thank you for joining, Ma'am Grace. And if you are there na ngayon, na nakikinig na po kayo, paki-make some comment po para at least we will be able to know na nandyan na po kayo. No, so how was your weekend? No, how was your weekend? Patapos na po yung May, no? Bukas magtatapos na, May 31 na eh. So sadyang napakabilis. It's been 5 months already na ang nabawas sa year 2022. And how are you doing, no? Hello Jackie, good morning. Thank you for joining with me this morning. No, ako po kababalik ko lang po mula po sa probinsya ng Dalat dito sa Vietnam. So pumunta po ako ng province. Medyo mahina pong signal doon, so kaya hindi po ako medyo nakapag-online over Saturday and Sunday. Napakagandang lugar ho, no? Napakagandang lugar that I've been there. Napakalamig, no? Kahit tanghaling tapat, no, noon time, kailangan mo talagang mag-jacket kasi napakaginaw, no? So we went there. We were riding a motorcycle, strolling around around the city of Dalat. Napakaganda. And nakapunta ako doon sa mga ano nila, sa mga farming area. Ako, napakaganda sa farming area. And the moment na makapunta kayo dito, guys, ma-hurt talaga kayo kasi when you ask them, when you ask the Vietnamese kung saan sila natututo ng ganitong farming, masasaktan ka talaga kasi sasabihin nila na Philippine. Philippine yung sabi nila Philippines. So they have learned from the Philippines. Pero the sad part is that yung nakita ko dito, hindi ko nakita sa Pilipinas, no, kung paano nila ginawa yung farming nila. So, sabi ko na they have learned so much from us. Tayo po, kinalimutan natin kinalimutan natin yung tinuro natin sa kanila, pinaganda nila. Grabe, walang food shortage dito, guys. Alam mo, ang kilo ng bigas dito, 25 pesos. 25 pesos, guys. Totoo to. Ang kilo ng bigas dito, 25 pesos. Kaya yung sinabi ni BBM na magiging 20 to 25 pesos ang kilo ng bigas, posible yun. No? Gasahi ko og bata. No? Grabe, grabe. Ang kilo ng rice here is 25 pesos. Tapos ano na yan, ha? Jasmine rice na yan, ha? High grade na. So ganun po kaganda, no? Ganun po kaganda. So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Ma'am Grace. Thank you for morning, Jacqueline Raffos. Hold on for a while, ha? May kumakatok. Hi, Sugar, thank you. Sorry, no, medyo may kumakatok. And to Emeline Cruz, I'm sorry, you are addressing to the wrong channel. This is a private channel. And number two, Erlin Limpasa is not an employee of ours, no. We don't have an employee relationship. Every agents we have here are on a commission base. So you address that concern to her directly, not to us. Again, to Emmeline Cruz, I suggest you address that concern to the person you are looking for. Don't do that here because uh, this is a training session, and we don't have an employee relationship with any people with us. No, so be decent enough. There's no problem when we greet birthdays. So be decent enough at wag kang bastos, no? We're doing our training here. We always greet our agents here. Okay? So, guys, can you kick that out? Can you kick that out, Emmeline Cruz? Can you help me kick that out, that person? No? She's disturbing our session. It's not my concern, please. No, it's her concern. We don't have employee relationship here. Oh, okay? So let's get started, no? Let's get started. So yun po yung nangyari doon, no, when I was in Dalat. Napakaganda po, no? Napakaganda po yung lugar, no? And if you're going to interview people there, you will really be hurt, no? You will really be hurt. It's because these people actually have learned from the Philippines, and they were able to practice it well. Pinaganda nila yung farming concept nila, and I have seen the how they have grown tomatoes. I have seen how they have grown lettuce. And in fact, yung mga farm is actually situated right at the middle of the city. Hindi po siya sa hindi po siya sa mga bulubundukin na lugar. No, it's not situated there. And in fact, the irrigation system na meron sila, napakasimple ho, no? Napakasimple. And how I wish we could learn from, I mean, tayo yung nagturo eh. So I believe we can bring it back, no? So today, as we end our month in May, and bukas po 31 na po, and we will be entering half of June. And I would really like to congratulate doon po sa lahat ng mga successfully na nakabenta ng mga ng this month, to all of the teams who have been working hard for the site tour, for the PKS, for the trainings, for the seminars in various places. Guys, you have done a good job. No? You've been pretty much working it out well. So right now, I would like to, as we enter into the month of June, every time na papasok po tayo sa isang bagong buwan, it's a fresh start. No, it's always a fresh start. It's always a brand new start. And with that, every time kasi nagre-reset tayo every month, it gives us an opportunity to correct what we have made mistakes in the past, and gives us a new beginning as we enter into the new month. Now, if you are going to, if you're going to speed up everything on the month of June, this is my suggestion. Everything na hindi nyo po nagawa on the month of May, itodo nyo. Itodo nyo on the month of June. By the way, remind ko po yung Palawan natin, ha? 15 million po yon. 15 million pong requirement natin doon para makapagpalawan kayo. And the cut-off of that is actually on October 30. So may chance pa. Habol-habol po kayo, guys, ha? Humabol kayo kasi may chance pa po tayo sa Palawan. Okay? So, sayang po pag hindi po kayo nakapunta ng Palawan. Ako, napagaganda po ng Palawan. And I really wanted you to be there. And by the way, if you are listening to me right now, can I make a suggestion? Can you call or invite all of the teams we have? No, pakitawagan po sila so that they can join with us here. Please, can you invite them? Can you invite them, please? Okay, can you invite them? Okay. So, start calling them, no? Yan, si Lizelle, babanatan daw niya yung Palawan. Sige, Lizelle, banatan mo ang Palawan. 15 million lang po ang requirement doon. Then, off we go to Palawan. October 30 yung magiging cut-off, pero yung travel date natin is December. So, I really hope na we will be packed with, kumbaga, achievers for Palawan. So, sana po, we will be there. Na we all be there. Gusto kong nandun kayo, no? Gusto kong nandun kayo. Okay? So let's get started. No, let's get started. And by the way, start calling your team, no, para makasali po sila sa atin this morning. Okay. Now, sa pagpapatuloy po ng topic natin on driven by system. In fact, we've talked a lot and we have valued the system very well. In fact, sinabi natin na if we are not going to put a system, eventually magda-dry out po tayo, no? In sales, it is important that we will be able to plan it out, latag po natin kung ano po yung gusto natin na magiging sistema, at yun po ay ipapasunod natin sa lahat ng mga downlines na meron po tayo. So in such a way, we will be able to run the business na kahit nasa malayo kang lugar, you will be able to put up teams. Kasi yun po yung objective eh. You are going to put up teams in various places. Now, the goal here is actually the moment you're going to expand your business, syempre, tuloy-tuloy yun eh. Linggo-linggo yung recruitment natin, di ba? Every week, nagkakaroon po tayo ng recruitment seminar, either ito po ay face-to-face at saka sa Zoom, available din po ito online. So every week, we are actually putting up new people into the business. But the challenge that we are facing actually is not so much on getting on the new people, but actually it's more on how are we going to strengthen the organization in terms of our structured marketing plan, our structured steps on how are they going or supposed to learn from the business na pinasok nila. Hindi po lahat ng pumasok sa negosyo na to ay automatically they will be able to understand na ganito pala yung business, ay ganito pala to, ay ganito pala. No, it's not automatic. In fact, the first place napapasok sila sa negosyo, medyo magiging magulo po on how are they going to start. It's always gonna be like that. It's always confusing, and in fact, at most of the time, para kang nababato na hindi mo alam kung ano yung gagawin mo. Okay, di ba? So the purpose of this session, actually we're doing this Monday to Friday. The reason why we're doing this is that we want to help your new recruit na maka-join, na makapasok sila at makapag-start ng business. So my encouragement to you right now is that you bring in all of your new recruits, yung na-recruit nyo po last week, bring them in, let them join here so that they will be able to receive an idea lang. Kahit perspective ho, no? Just a perspective, just an idea, para lang po na magkakaroon lang po ng, sabihin na lang natin, bird's eye view, no, of what are the things na na pwede nilang gawin. Okay? So good morning to Miss Sheila Iscasinas, no, from Liluan, Cebu, si Sir Arnold Sabanal na nasa Bacolod City, si Lizelle Villaflor, newly promoted natin na DPPI Sales Supervisor. So keep it up, Maricel, no? Keep it up. Okay. So ayan, let's continue. Okay. Now, actually, last week we left off and we were talking about ways in order to turn our prospects into a customers. Now, sinabi ko po last week na hindi po lahat ng nag-inquire sa atin online or offline ay automatically magiging kliyente niyo po yan. Now, ang consideration po niyan ay nasa kategorya po sila na tinatawag natin na leads. Okay, nasa lead base pa po siya. Now, of course, no, as a lead or as a prospect, our goal here is to be able to convert them na magiging buying customer or buying client. Okay. So good morning to Mary Chris Completo. Thank you for joining with us today, Mary Chris. So if the goal is to convert itong mga prospect na to at na magiging customer, then there has to be a way and there has to be a process kung paano natin ito gagawin. Okay? Now, ito po guys ito po yung gusto kong makita natin. As much as we want to entertain lahat ng mga inquiries natin and we view them as buyers talaga, potential buyers, I want your hearts to be ready na hindi po lahat, no? Hindi po lahat ng mga nagtatanong, lahat ng mga nag-i-inquire ay magiging client or magiging customer. Sometimes we get hurt, sometimes medyo nasasaktan tayo kasi yun na nga, yung tanong ng tanong, binigay natin naman yung mga sagot, yung mga inquiry nila, pero at the end of the day, hindi pa sila bumibili. Okay, that's true. In fact, that's even a normal po dito po sa industry natin. But I want you to understand that the reason why yung kliyente po, yung prospect ay nagtanong is because may intention po siya na bibili po ng property. There was an intention or there is an intention. That's the point there. The reason why na nagtanong siya sa iyo, the reason why na nag-inquire siya sa iyo, because may intention siya na bibili or kukuha ng property. And that is what is important in here. Now, as to the time kung kailan siya kukuha or bibili ng property sa iyo, that is actually we don't know. And that is where our handling actually begins to matter. Okay? So, it is important that, of course, you have to keep the records. Yun, sinasabi ko po yun last week. Lahat po ng mga inquiry ninyo, malaki pong tsansa na makakalimutan po ninyo yan. That is totally impossible na maalala niyo po lahat. Okay, so what is the best way na hindi nyo po makakalimutan? Well, you've got to write it down. You've got to put it in your notebook or kung medyo digital na po kayo sa mga cellphones natin, meron namang tinatawag dyan na notes. So pwede nyo pong ilagay ang mga pangalan na mga nag-inquire at saka, of course, yung contact number or kaya may email. Now, why is it important na sinusulat natin? Because malaki po ang tsansa na makakalimutan po natin. Bakit? Because every day po, merong transaction, every day merong inquiry, most likely the chances are makakalimutan talaga. So as we move forward and as we begin dissecting all of these, napag-usapan na natin about confidence, di ba? That this is very important. The moment na sasagot ka, the moment na may mga inquiry ka, malaking bagay po ang kumpiyansa sa sarili. Marami pong pumasok sa sales na career, pero Not all people actually experience the confidence. Pero simple lang naman po talaga eh, kung paano mo talaga ma-achieve ang confidence. Ano pa ba yung pinag-usapan natin? Balik tayo sa PKS, balik tayo sa side tour naman. The more knowledge you get, the more confident you become. Di ba? So it always begins with equipping yourself. The more you are equipped, the more po kayo kampante. Pag hindi po kayo equipped, hindi po kayo kampante. That's simple, no? So if I were you, make it into a point that you are going to equip yourself to the max. Di ba? Equip yourself to the max. Don't limit yourself as to the things na gusto niyo pong matutunan. That is the reason why I always encourage you. You attend trainings, you attend seminars. Either it is done face-to-face or either done online, you attend. Why? Because it is in the accumulation of those knowledge na magiging kampante ka. And your confidence will really, really, really grow. Di ba? Then, napag-usapan natin na you need to target the right client. Because at the end of the day, you can be talking to a lot of people, but actually, you're not really talking to the right client. No? Yung kliyente talaga na ano talaga na yun talaga yung prospect mo actually. So actually, ang napag-usapan natin last week is just all about the confidence. Now, number 2, we will be talking about target the right client. Okay, guys. Here, listen carefully. Sa sinabi ko po kanina, hindi po lahat ng nag-inquire sa inyo, hindi po lahat na nagtanong sa inyo ay kliyente nyo or tamang kliyente. Now, nais ko pong malaman, meron ba kayong experience, no? Meron po ba kayong experience na may isang client, may isang inquiry kayo, prospect, ha? Meron po ba kayong experience na may isang prospect po kayo na napakarami na pong tinanong sa iyo? Marami na po silang tinanong sa iyo, but umabot na po ng napakahabang panahon pero hanggang ngayon hindi pa bumili. Meron po ba kayo niyan? Naka-experience po ba kayo ng ganon? Na saan kadamakmak na tinatanong, marami na pong inquiry in various projects, pero hanggang ngayon hindi pa bumibili. Do you have prospect like that? Sino bang may prospect na ganon? Yes, si Arnold meron. Sino pa? Sino pa ba ang may prospect na ganon? Sino pa bang, maliban kay Sir Arnold, sino pa bang may prospect na ganon? Na saan kadamakmak na natanong, but until now, hindi pa bumibili. Do you have? Do you have kumbaga prospect like that? Maliban po kay Sir Arnold. Meron po ba kayong prospect na gano'n? Okay? Now, ako po at a certain point, I did have, no? In fact, mayroon akong custom inquiry na umabot ng more than a year, tanong ng tanong. Hanggang ngayon po, hindi pa bumibili. No? And there are really prospects like that. But bottom line, as I begin to dig down deeper ba, doon ko po na-realize that as much as nagtatanong siya, it might not be the target right client for me. So, it's more of understanding. It's more of intindihin po kasi natin, ito ba talaga yung market ko? Okay? So, to turn prospects into clients, you must first be clear about the following. Okay? Let's run down this following. Ano po ba to? Okay. Number 1, with whom am I looking to develop business relationship? Okay. Ito po importante. Now, sino ba yung gusto mong magiging target market mo? Sino po ba yung magiging target audience mo? Okay, kumbaga, okay lang po, Miss Leia, no? Catch up ka lang po. Okay. So, in short, naka-experience po tayo ng ganong situation. Yung example natin kanina na meron po tayong prospect na umabot na po ng napakahabang panahon, almost even a year na hanggang ngayon hindi pa po bumibili. So it's about asking the question kung ito ba talaga yung tamang kliyente na para ma-develop yung business relationship ko. Kasi posible nagtanong lang siya, prospect lang siya, pero hindi siya ang right client for you. Okay. So ngayon, tanungin mo yung sarili mo. Okay, tanungin mo yung sarili mo. Evaluate yourself, evaluate your circle of friends, evaluate your influences kung saan ka ba maraming contact, At doon mo pagtuunan ng pansin. Let's say for example, nakita mo sa sarili mo na marami kang contact na mga OFW. Sabihin na lang natin ha, mga na-contact mo na nasa abroad. Now, if you find yourself na medyo hit ka talaga, I mean, you are actually in the verge of kumbaga identifying yourself na medyo itong mga tao na nasa abroad, ito yung niche ko. Now, i-develop niyo po 'yan. I-develop niyo po because that is important, no? I-develop niyo po siya na ito identified ko na, no, na ang potential na magaling ako na mag-handle is mga OFW market. So ang gagawin niyo po ay simple lang, no, simple lang. Identify yourself to the market niche na meron ka. Then surround yourself with potential people within that market. Okay? Surround yourself with the potential people within that market. So ano yung gagawin mo? Mag-join ka ng mga FB groups ng mga OFW. Marami naman, di ba? Maraming mga OFW na FB group sa various places. OFW in Japan, OFW in Australia, OFW in Dubai. Those eventually will become your target audience. Dahil na-identify mo yung sarili mo. Kasi importante, you cannot be a salesperson sa lahat ng tao. You cannot, no? And it is totally impossible that you will be kumbaga a salesperson to everybody. So, meron talaga yung point of identification. Meron talaga yung point of association. So ngayon, let's say for example, ito gamitin na lang natin na sample ang OFW, no. Now, you wanted to market the OFW. But unfortunately, you are not getting inside the community ng OFW. So ngayon, paano mo sila mako-contact? Paano mo sila maprepresentahan ng project mo? Paano nila makikita yung mga binibenta mo na project? So definitely, hindi talaga niya makikita. So if you are going to take a look at it, since you are able to identify na ito po yung magiging market po ninyo, then I suggest you join in groups na kung saan po nandoon yung mga OFW. Okay. Then establish your contact. Establish po yung contact nila. Why? Because hindi po kayo pwedeng paano kayo makipag-usap kung hindi po kayo mag-establish ng contact? So, engage, no? So paano ka mag-engage? You make yourself active in the FB group kung saan siya kasali, no? Kung saan yung mga OFW. So ano yung gagawin mo? How will you interact? No, the best way to interact is not just to keep on ano ba to? Not to keep on ano ba yung tawag? Not on to keep on posting, but I suggest engage. Yun po yung importante. The important thing is you engage. Okay, you engage. Kasi kung hindi po kayo mag-i-engage, no, hindi po kayo mag-i-engage, the tendency is wala pong interaction. Okay, wala pong interaction. So you've got to, don't limit yourself to the point na nag-post ka lang ng project dyan sa mga OFW group. Okay? Make yourself be counted. So, mag-post ka rin ng mga ideas. Okay? Mag-post ka rin ng mga ideas, mag-post ka rin ng mga suggestions, mag-post ka rin ng mga quotes para makita nila na para bang hindi ba, kasi minsan kasi pag puro na lang project ang ipinopost mo, medyo nakakairita kasi yan sa mga sa mga audience, no? Sa mga audience. So ang suggestion ko, make it a personal engagement doon sa loob ng OFW group. Make it personal. Ano yung ibig sabihin, Jov, na make it personal? My point is simple. Don't just post about what you sell, but sometimes post what is it that you are doing about your business. Let's say, for example, nag-site tour kayo. Okay, di ba? Nag-site tour kayo. You can post that doon sa mga OFW groups na sinalihan nyo. Para makita ng OFW na, ay, ito si Marilyn, active pala to na agent. Ay, eto si Marilyn, may binisita na project site. Ay, eto si Marilyn, eto pala to. Bakit to? Why is it na importante po yan? Because kung ako ang OFW, bakit ako makipag-transact sa isang real estate agent na hindi ko makontak eventually? Di ba? Tama po ba yon? So, identify niyo po. Identify mo kasi importante po talaga eh. Let's say for example, nag-identify ka, OFW in Japan. Okay, target mo na ngayon, mga OFW in Japan. Now, once you are there, once nasa loob ka ng OFW group in Japan, make yourself be part of the community. Now, paano mo gagawin yan? Na magiging parte ka ng community? Napaka-simple po. Be natural sa loob ng group na yan. Hindi lang po, yun na nga, sinabi ko, hindi lang po puro project ang ipapakita nyo. Ipakita nyo po yung activity nyo. Nag-attend kayo ng seminar, nag-attend kayo ng training, nag-attend kayo ng site tour, bumisita kayo ng Office of the Developer. Pag makita ni OFW yan, ay nako, magta-transact sa iyo yan. Bakit to? Kasi kampante siya na ito, totoong tao to. Kampante siya na ito, maaasahan ko. Okay? So ngayon, na-identify mo na to whom you are going to do business relationship with. That is very important. Okay? Number 2, why am I looking for them? Tanungin mo ang sarili mo. Bakit ba sila ang hinahanap ko? Bakit sila ang market na gusto kong tutukan? Bakit sila ang market na gusto kong i-develop? Kasi guys, hindi po talaga po pwede na magiging market ka sa lahat ng gusto mong magiging market. Di ba? Dapat po i-identify mo po talaga. Dapat sagutin mo sa sarili mo, itanong mo sa sarili mo, bakit itong market ang gusto ko? Bakit ito yung i-develop ko ng market? And you stick there. Kasi kung tututukan mo yan, ayan, tututukan mo, tatrabahuin mo, eventually you will be able to get result. Makikita mo talaga ang resulta. Okay? Number 3, where am I looking for them? Saan ko ba sila hahanapin? O, yun, medyo nauna ko na yung na-discuss eh. Pag na-identify mo yung market mo, sabihin na lang natin OFW, ngayon sasagutin mo sa sarili mo, saan lupalop ba ng daigdig ko ito sila hahanapin? So you've got to identify kung sino nga OFW anong country na merong OFW ang gusto mong i-target kasi hindi mo naman pwede talagang i-target ang buong mundo. Di ba? Guys, I suggest guys, no, napakaganda yung topic natin today. Why won't you invite your downlines? Alam mo, we only have 12 audience here. 11 lang pala. Sayang, no? Napakaganda po yung topic tapos hindi po natin ma-share tapos hindi mapakinggan ng mga new recruit niyo. So, can you help me, please? Can you help me? Ito po mga 10 na lang pala. Mga 10 audience na nakikinig po sa akin this morning, pwede niyo po ba akong tulungan na matawag po yung mga ka-team po ninyo mula po sa consultant, manager, supervisor, at saka mga downlines. Kasi sayang po, napakaganda po ang topic natin talaga. No? We have very good topic every morning and in the afternoon. Kaya samantalahin po ninyo to. Okay ha? Samantalahin nyo. Kasi napakaganda po ang mga topic na mga pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, tuloy tayo. Number 4. Hindi pala. Ayan. So, where am I looking for? So, ibig sabihin, targetin mo. Ito gusto ko Europe. Ito gusto ko Australia. Ito gusto ko Singapore. Ito gusto ko Malaysia. Pwede kang magbenta sa lahat. Pero find a group or a market na tututukan mo. Again ulitin ko. I'm not saying na hindi po kayo pwedeng magbenta sa lahat. Pwede po tayong magbenta po sa lahat. Pero identify a market na tututukan mo. Anong ibig kong sabihin? Pag ito kasing market na tututukan mo, makikita mo talaga ang improvement at makikita mo talaga na magkakaroon ka ng response. So within that target or market na napili mo, make yourself be part of that group, engage yourself. Hindi lang po puro project ang pinopost niyo po dyan, but eventually, you've got to present yourself na kung sino ka at kung ano ka. Para in such a way, magkakaroon po sila ng confidence na makipag-transact po sa bawat isa po sa atin. Okay? Para hindi po ako, kung nasa group ka tapos puro mga projects ang pino-post mo, eventually maba-block ka talaga. Okay? So your objective is to clearly identify and understand the type of prospect that has the highest likelihood of buying from you. Okay, ulitin ko ha. Ang pinaka-objective po natin dito ay ma-identify natin at maiintindihan natin ang mga prospect na potential talaga na bibili sa atin. Kasi sabi ko pa nga kanina hindi po lahat ng nag-i-inquire sa atin ay magiging buyer talaga natin. Hindi po lahat na common nag-inquire siya ay automatic na magiging buyer na yan. So kailangan pong intindihin po talaga natin kung ito ba talaga ang market natin at of course, dapat ang proseso kasi sa pag-identify ay hindi lang po pagturo na ito ba talaga, kundi iintindihin talaga na ito ba talaga ang market na hinahanap ko. Kasi magsasayang ka lang ng oras, kasasagot sa mga tanong nila, then eventually you will find out na hindi pala sila ang magiging target audience mo or hindi sila ang magiging target market mo. Finding the right audience, finding the right market, is sometimes medyo mabusisi talaga, matrabaho talaga. So that's the reason why we have a lot of agents na marami naman silang ginagawa, marami silang activity na ginagawa, nagpo-post sila kung saan-saan, pero wala silang inquiry at wala silang benta na nakuha. Bakit? Because nagsasayang lang sila ng oras, nagpapagod lang sila sa sarili, kapo-post sa mga projects na hindi naman talaga para sa mga audience talaga nila o para sa target nila na market. So if you want to really increase your productivity, kung gusto mo talagang makabenta, tututok ka sa market na para talaga sa iyo. Sino ba to sila? So yun ang i-identify mo at yun ang iintindihin mo. Okay? Now, okay, di ba? So ask yourself the following question. In order for you to identify and understand the right client, tanungin mo to sa sarili mo. Number one, who needs my product or services? Sino ba ang nangangailangan ng pabahay? Sino ba ang nangangailangan ng kondo? Dapat tanungin mo yan sa sarili mo kasi ikaw yung makakakita niyan. Unfortunately, wala pong ibang makapag-identify ng market natin kundi ikaw lang. I cannot identify it for you. May kanya-kanya po tayong identification, may kanya-kanya po tayong analysis, may kanya-kanya rin po tayong perception. Kung para sa akin, ito yung market ko, baka para sa iyo, iba yung market mo. So, in short, ikaw mismo ang mag-identify kung itong project na ibebenta ko, sino ba yung market ko nito? Di ba? You better ask that. Let's say, for example, meron kang one-story socialized housing. Now, sino ba yung market ko nito? Meron kang two-story townhouse. Sino ba yung market ko nito? Sino ba yung bebentahan ko nito? Sino ba ang mga tao na merong required salary na ganito? So you've got to ask those questions. Or else, you will be wasting your time posting project na hindi para sa target audience, na hindi para sa target market. So what will happen? So when that happens, number one, madidrain ka. Number two, maboburn out ka. Then eventually, magkikwit ka. The worst part of all, you spend your time wasted. So we don't want that to happen to each and every one of us. Hindi po yan ang intention natin at hindi rin po yan ang gusto nating ma-accomplish. I mean, what will we get if we're going to be like that? Nothing, 'di ba? At the end of the day, the bottom line na pinag-usapan natin dito is not about, no? Remember this. Is not just about na nag-post lang ako, nagbenta ako, but it's about kung may bumili ba sa binenta ko. So every project na pinakita sa atin, every project na present sa atin, magiging condominium man yan o bahay man yan, always ask the question, para kanino ba ang project na to? Hindi naman lahat pwedeng i-offer ko to eh. So you've got to identify kung para kanino ba to. Di ba? Kasi kung hindi mo ma-identify, then how will you do that? Di ba? So you've got to identify. Maraming project po. Naintindihan ko po yan. There are so many projects available in the market. That's the reason why we need to identify para kanino po ba to. Okay? Number two, who is able to pay for my product or services? Yan, very important. Very important yan na itatanong mo sa sarili mo. Itong kausap ko ba, sa itong tinatanong na project na 'to, capable ba siya magbayad? Guys, hindi natin minamaliit sila. We're not putting them down, we're not degrading them down, hindi natin sila ina-underestimate, but the fact of the matter is that kailangan talaga yung kausap natin ay may kapasidad na magbayad. Kasi kung ang kakausapin natin ay walang kapasidad na bumili ng kondo, bumili ng bahay, para ano? What for na I mean, naghahanap buhay tayo kapatid, ha? Naghahanap buhay tayo. So definitely we wanted to propose, we wanted to talk, we wanted to offer a project to the potential person na may kapasidad na magbayad. Yan ang reason kung bakit ang mga project, 'di ba, pag nag-attend kayo ng PKS, ang mga developer will always say, ito yung required salary income, required salary income. There's always been a talk about required salary income. Bakit? Because that is important. Able ba na magbayad itong prospect na kausap ko? Kasi kung hindi mo siya able, saan patutungo? To nothing. Walang patutunguhan if that would be the case. Okay? And that we don't want to happen. Tuloy tayo. Number three, with whom do I have the best opportunity of building a relationship? So this is in relationship to the number two question sa sarili mo na kung sino ba ang willing ay capable na magbayad. And definitely, sila po rin po yung tao na you will be able to establish a good business relationship. Now, why is it na ini-emphasize ko talaga ang business relationship? You know why? Because our business is hindi po siya consumable. Hindi po siya gaya ng toothpaste, shampoo, um, pagkain na nauubos, 'pag nauubos bibili at bibili ulit. It's not like that. So once a person will buy a property from us, siguro bibili siya once in a lifetime. We are blessed if bibili siya pangalawa or pangatlong beses. So where are we going to anchor our business? So we anchor our business to business referral. And why is it important to have business referral? Because nandyan po ang continuous business po natin. When people na kliyente mo, na serbisyuhan mo ng maayos, happy sila, and they will be more than glad to become your business partner, makipag-build kayo ng relationship sa kanya, bigay siya ng bigay sa iyo ng referral, or eventually magiging downline niyo po sila na real estate agent. Ganun lang. And we all need that. We all need that. Because sabi ko pa nga, we are not selling consumable products. So, where's the repeat business? Nasa referral. So, you gather as much information as you can and find out what your ideal clients have in common. So, ito guys a lot of us is actually looking for clients left and right. There's nothing wrong with that. Wala pong masama po dyan. But again, I always emphasize, identify the right client for you. You can sell your projects to everyone actually. Sa lahat ng mga tao sa buong mundo, we can sell it. But at the end of the day, we should also identify ano ba ang market na tututukan mo. Kasi pag tututukan mo yung market na yan, you are going to study, get all the information regarding that client, and you will be able to identify ano ba yung mga common nila. Let's say for example, nag-identify ka, gusto ko i-develop ang market ng mga OFW sa Australia. So ngayon, intindihin mo, ano ba yung nasa Australia? Bakit ba ito yung napili ko? Ano ba yung kadalasan ng mga trabaho ng mga OFW o mga Pinoy sa Australia? Magkano kaya yung mga salary bracket nila sa mga Pinoy na nasa Australia? Why is it that it is important na meron kang target market? Because you can actually study everything about them. And if you study everything about them, you have the very, very, should I say, advantage kung ano yung mga project na pwede niyong i-offer sa kanila. Okay? You get it, di ba? Naintindihan ba natin? Nakuha ba natin? Hope so. No? Kasi napakaganda yung topic natin this morning. By the way, this afternoon, magpapatuloy po yung natin basic selling skill. Okay, tuloy tayo. So if you want to get results and make the most, then you need to intimately know the type of client you want to attract. Wala pong ibang paraan talaga. You've got to know the client. Palakihin natin para mabasa niyo po. If you want to get results and make the most, then you need to intimately know the type of client you want to attract. Hindi po siya shotgun dapat. Sabi ko pa nga, yes, we can sell to everyone in the whole world, but we've got to identify which market na tututukan natin. And that market na tututukan natin, i, 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 i-engage natin ang sarili natin so that we will know them and they will know us. Okay? So ang dami po talaga, believe me. You will be amazed. No? You will be amazed if you're going to put your attention to a certain market. So if you want to turn your prospects into clients, then you must understand what you are selling. Okay? So if you want to turn your prospects into a client, then you must understand what you are selling. Marami sa atin, frustrated ako dito minsan kasi we have the habit na, hindi naman 'to masama, hindi naman ito masama na nagka-copy and paste tayo. What is wrong in that is actually 'pag nagka-copy and paste tayo, we're trying to post something in the market na wala po tayong masyadong alam. And pangit po ang magiging impression niyan if that would be the case. So ang pinaka-suggestion ko, if you can see in your feeds, no, in diyan sa news feed niyo, yung mga upline niyo ay may nai-post. I mean, that's okay. But before you are going to post it, pwede bang basahin at aralin ng konti, aralin ng sandali? Bakit to? Because it is important that you understand the project na binibenta mo. Well, probably the question na susunod na tatanong mo sa sarili mo is, how are you going, no, to understand what you are selling? How? How are you going to understand what you are selling? Alam mo, minsan nagsasawa na ako nito eh. Balik naman tayo dito eh. Attend Project Knowledge Seminar, PKS. Alam mo, minsan naririndihan na ako sa kasasabi nito pero wala talaga eh. Everything leads to attending PKS. Not just attending PKS, but attending site tour and office visit. So nakikita nyo, it's just all about doing the basics. And not until we begin to understand that the basic is the most important thing that we need to do in order po man na makabenta po kayo, hanggat hindi nyo po naiintindihan yan at hanggat hindi na-absorb nyo po yan, pabalik-balik po talaga nating sasabihin to na ito talaga ang pinaka-basic na gagawin ng bawat isa na DPPI agent sa buong organization. There's no any other way. No? You attend PKS, you attend site tour. You attend PKS, you attend site tour. Don't wait for your upline na kukulitin pa kayo. Don't wait for your upline na susuyuin pa kayo na sumama. If you get to see announcements, no, pag nakikita nyo po ang announcement na nasa loob ng mga FB groups natin, don't wait. Respond. Pag may lista dyan na nakalagay na nag-i-invite ng site tour, be part of it. Kung may nakita ka ng link na may seminar sa Zoom, then join. Either it's Zoom, Google Meet, or FB Live na gaya nito, join. Why? Because that is essential in order for us to be able to make a sale one day. Diba? That's the only reason kung bakit hindi po tayo nakakabenta. Number 3, you need to talk with your client and really listen. Kasi po, pag yung prospect natin ay nananatili po yan dyan sa chat, ito again sasabihin ko naman to. Pag merong nag-inquire sa inyo at nasa chat room kayo, please humingi po kayo ng numero para magtawagan kayo. Or kaya baka may merong WhatsApp or Viber para magtawagan kayo. You are not just going to, na makipag-usap ka lang sa kliyente, but what is important is actually you are going to listen what he or she is trying to tell us. Because out from those things, we will understand kung ano talaga yung gusto niya, kung ano talaga yung hinahanap niya. 'Di ba? Yun yung habol natin eh. That's what we are actually after, na malaman natin kung ano talaga yung gusto niya. Okay. Number 4, the information will help you better connect with your prospect and gain credibility as someone who has ideas and solution. Ayan guys, maliwanag na po ha. Again ha, yung mga information na nakukuha natin sa PKS, sa site tour, sa office visit, itong mga informasyon na to, makakatulong po to para mag-connect po tayo doon sa tinatawag natin na prospect. Kasi kailangan mo talagang mag-connect doon sa prospect eh. Now, what is the best way to connect with the prospect? Information ho. Wala pong ibang paraan at pinaka-the best na option para mag-connect po sa prospect natin, kundi information po. So once mayroon po kayong information, once na makapag-connect po kayo, it would be easy for what? For you to gain the credibility na isa ka sa merong idea at merong solusyon sa problema na meron siya. So what will happen if you are able to get the credibility? Well, of course, ang magiging ending po niyan, maniniwala siya sa mga sasabihin nyo, mo, papapakinggan kanya sa mga suggestions mo. So in short, magiging madali na po ang pagko-convert niya mula po sa pagiging prospect hanggang magiging isang buyer po siya. Okay? Number 5, you add value by doing things above and beyond expectation. Magserbisyo ka. Alam niyo po guys, I always say this time and time again. I wanted to be known that we are a realty firm na nagsiservisyo talaga sa mga kliyente mula sa pagkuha ng property hanggang sa pag-move in. Yun ang gusto ko pong magiging identify tayo. Ayaw kang ma-identify tayo na tayo po yung number one lang, tayo lang po yung, that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. But I wanted na mas makilala po tayo na mas magaling magserbisyo, na happy ang mga kliyente natin mula nang kumuha sila ng property hanggang sa nakapag-move in sila, satisfied and happy sila, at yung mga pangarap nila na magkabahay ay dito na nagkatotoo at dahil yan sa serbisyo na binigay mo sa kanila. That's what we all wanted to experience. And when we have clients like that, and when we have agents like that, I am pretty much sure that we are going to grow our business Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. There's no question about that. No? That's the reason why ganun po kataas yung confidence level ko. I'm not saying that we are good. No? I always say this. I'm not saying that we are the only good. Na tayo yung pinakamagaling. I'm not saying that. But I would rather be the, you know, the the agent wherein the people are happy. I would choose na mas importante sa akin na magiging satisfied ang customer natin. Happy sila, naserbisyuhan sila, hindi sila naiwan sa ere. At the end of the day, whatever things that we have put into all of these, it will go back to us 100-fold in terms, of blessing. So guys, ito lang po. No? The purpose of this training is not for us to become experts, but the purpose of this training is for us to become successful. That's what we want. That's what we desire in our hearts. Now, for the longest time, medyo nawala po yung mentoring session natin na gaya nito online. And we wanted to bring it back. We wanted to, to give it back to you because we believe that this is very important. Now, if you believe that this training is important, can I ask help from you? Can you share this video to your downlines? Let them listen to this one. Hindi man sila nakakarating ngayon, kaya nga nilagay natin dyan sa FB page na yan para ito po'y masundan at babalikan niyo po from time to time. I suggest, share with this one after matapos yung video. Okay? So maraming salamat po. Kita-kita po tayo mamayang hapon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sa pagpapatuloy po ng basic selling skill. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye-bye!